Sidewalk buzzing, engines screaming, billboards flashing, counterfeit dreaming. Everybody posing in a window's glare, selling loud like somebody cares. I walk straight through that mirrored noise. No need to flex, no need for poise. Street light glints on a passing blade of chrome and glass this city made. I don't check my face in polished stone. I read the cracks in undertone. Footsteps measured, heel to toe. Every stride got somewhere to go. Sirens sing in a minor key, but they don't dictate the pace of me. Every glance is a calculated hold. Every breath keeps the center cold. I don't invade, I don't announce. I let my silence weigh the ounce. So class ain't loud, it don't collide. It stands its ground without a stride. I don't shove to prove I'm there. I bend the room by shifting air. No raised voice, no flashing sign, just a steady pulse between the lines. You feel my presence, calm, defined. I own the space without crossing mine. There was a time I moved too fast, chased bright lights that never last. Loved a woman with wildfire eyes, burned my name in a midnight skies. We were gasoline and matchstick pride, kissed in chaos, cut inside. I let my temper take the wheel, watch control slip under steel. There's a thin old scar across my hand from a broken glass I couldn't stand. Blood hit pavement, sharp and quick. That's what ego does when it's sick. Now there's a cross beneath my shirt, cold reminder of what pride can hurt. When the city tries to pull me thin, I press that metal to cage the sin. I breathe in slow, hold it tight, let the storm pass out of sight. Bearer ain't pushing till others fall. It's standing firm while they all brawl. The strongest hand don't have to swing, it just knows when not to do a thing. Class ain't loud, it don't invade. It moves like shadow, sharp as a blade. I don't need to dominate, I calculate and let her play. No throne to claim, no crown to shine, just breathing rhythm, spine in line. The crowd can chase their borrowed shine. I walk steady between the lines. You never hear me beg or plead. I mastered want, I buried need. And when this city tests my will, I'll still be present. Unmold, unloved, unbreakable still. Skylines buzzing through cracked up neon veins. City laughing loud and liquor champagne. I'm high above in a glass rib cage, tie hanging loose like I slipped the stage. Blueprints breathing on a steel cold desk, lines so tight they cut my chest. Fluorescent hum like a one-note choir, white light shaving me down to white. My reflection floats in the window stain, half-made saint, half-blood Cain. Concrete bones in a restless town. I don't rise soft, I bed down. Every line I draw feels like skin pulled thin, every number balanced against my sin. No applause in this upper room, just glass, steel, and a chosen doom. Disciplines are my religion. No choir, no flame, just sweat on a paper and a quiet name. I built this faith with blood and will, brick by brick on a windowsill. No bell's gonna ring when the skyline clears, but the structure will stand through doubt and fear. She had wildfire eyes and gasoline breath, loved my hunger, feared my death. Said I held my heart like a loaded gun, always aimed at the next thing done. Her lipstick ghost still stains one drag. Right by a corner I split in half. I chose the tower over her skin, chose cold ambition over letting her in. There's a cross on a chain under my shirt, cold on the scar where it used to hurt. I press it hard when the doubt gets loud, like I'm daring heaven to call me out. I burned her letters in a trash can flame, watched it ash fall without a name. Smoke curled slow like a whispered vow. That was my baptism here and now. I ain't clean, I ain't pretend. I've broken love just to bend in a sin, but I won't kneel to regret's demand. I'll stand in the fire I plan. Disciplines are my religion, dark and tight, no promised land, just earn daylight. I carved my spine from doubt and dust, bent by love but built on trust. When the glass turns gold and the shadows peel, it won't forgive but it will reveal. I don't pray for mercy above this view, I face my sins and build them through. Let the city talk, let the weak complain, no crowd, no crowd. Just still in my name.
Fluorescent lights flicker over your hands, callous a stick like desert land. They call it luck when they see you rise. You just flex those knuckles, no surprise. Mirror on the wall with a cracked up seam shows every loss that built your frame. Sweat on the floor of an empty gym, metal plates and a jaw set grim. Office desk with a lamp burned low, blueprint mind in a world that's slow. Every failure you took on the chin, you welded in like steel to skin. They saw the crown, they missed the cause. They saw the win, not what you lost. Every bruise became a beam, every doubt fueled the machine. You don't beg the wind to be kind, you build a spine that won't unwind. You're the engineer of your own scars, turning wreckage into iron bars. No spotlight glow, no crowd applause, just sweat, blood, and broken laws. Real power ain't loud or pretty, it's forged where the room runs cold and gritty. What they call luck is the grind you hide. Strength is built where the world ain't wide. Hey. There was a woman with wildfire eyes, loved your hunger, feared your size, said you worship work like a jealous god. Kissed your mouth, but your heart stayed locked. You've held regret like a loaded gun. Pull that trinity more than once. Deals gone bad, trust turned thin. You still feel the ghost under your skin. There's a cross on a chain at your collarbone, cold reminder you walk alone. You pressed it hard in a dark back room. When the old you almost filled that tomb. You washed your hands in a rusted sink, watched the water run red then pink. Not from wounds the eye could see, from pride you had to set free. You ain't clean, you ain't pretend. You faced the mirror and didn't bend. You learned the truth most never will. Silence sharpens iron will. The hours unseen, the nights alone, that's where your real name's carved in stone. You're the engineer of your own scars, sparking losses in a low bearing bars. No borrowed fades, no savior's hand, just grit that chose to stand. The wind of the age can howl and spit, it won't move what you already fixed. Let them chase quick fame and flame. You built a backbone, not a name. Real strength don't shout or spark, it's hammered out in the unseen dark. And when the lights finally cut you through, they'll see the steel that nobody saw you, forging you, forging you, forging you, forging you.
Rain runs hard down a neon street, washing the shine off counterfeit dreams. Inside that room where the champagne screams, fake gold smiles and paper kings. Crystal glasses, silver forks, loudmouth deals and polished talk. They toast to power with borrowed flame. I see the rock behind the name. She's laughing loud on a velvet chair, red dress, smoke in her hair. Used to call me her loaded gun, said she loved how I'd never run. But I can smell when a table's dead, when loyalty's cheap and truth misled. So I stand up slow, no speech, no show, just straighten my coat and let it go. Let it go. No slam doors, no dramatic scene, just a quiet cut, sharp and clean. I signed the check with a steady hand, like closing a grave I once helped plan. I don't burn bridges just to glow. I walk away when the truth says so. No goodbye kiss, no alibi, just weight on my shoulders in a steady stride. They'll whisper why when the lights go thin. Believing on time is how legends begin. Out on the curb where the streetlight bleeds, yellow halos on soaked up streets. My reflection shakes in a puddle mirror. Looks like a man who finally sees clear. I pulled across from under my shirt, cold on a scar that used to hurt. There was blood on my hands back in the day. Deals I made that carved my name. I once chased crowns in rooms like that, fed on applause, got drunk on class. Loved a woman like wildfire wind, held her tight then let corruption in. Tonight I kneel in the pouring rain, let the water rinse the pride and stain. Not for heaven, not for show, just to bury what I grew. Hey, it's hard like desert drugs, washing the lies off my tongue. When I rise, I don't look back. Ghosts don't argue with the past. Rain stand till the room goes dark. It's knowing when to leave your mark. Some men cling till they decay. Strong men choose their exit day. I don't need statues carved in stone. I'd rather vanish on my own. No shattered glass, no final fight, just essence sharp as a blade in light. Let them toast to a hollow throne. I'd rather walk into the unknown. Rain will erase every step I made. No trail to follow, no debt unpaid. They'll search for answers in empty air, but legacy ain't staying there. It's knowing the moment the fire turns thin, and stepping out before you burn within. Smoke hangs low like a tired confession. Neon bleeding through cracked up glass reflection. In the back corner where the candle shakes, he sits with the drink the color of old mistakes. Amber light on his weathered face, no twitch, no tell, no waste to trace. Across the table, a loudmouth king spills cheap power with a diamond ring. Laughter sharp like a broken blade, bragging big about the bets he made, but his knee keeps bouncing under the chair. Fear got a pulse and it's beating there. He just watches the whiskey spin like he's seen this war before it begins. The her hand, sweat on her brow, he don't understand. Silence ain't empty, it's loaded and primed like a held back breath at the edge of a line. He don't fight for air in a smoke-filled room. He lets the noise dig its own tune. Breathe slow, spine straight, eyes half closed. He owns the space cause he owns his post. No scripture spoken, no holy card, just a steady chest and a quiet guard. The man who masters the air in his lungs holds the table and the loaded guns. Under his jacket there's a small silver cross, coat on the chest that's paid its cost. He's bled before in rooms like this, signed bad deals with a Judas kiss. There was a woman, wild and bright, loved his calm, hated his fight, said his silence felt like a locked steel door, like he buried his heart on a desert floor. He almost broke once, almost swung, felt that old rage on the tip of his tongue, but he pressed that cross into his skin like a ritual burn to cage the sin. Across the table the loud man snaps, voice cracks, thin in between the claps. The room goes tight like a drawn out wire, too much smoke, too little fire. He finally speaks just one clean line, low and level like a church bell chime. No threat, no curse, no raising man, just terms laid down in a steady hand. The other man folds without a fight. Sometimes quiet cuts deeper than might. He's no saint, carved out of stone. He swallowed guilt down to the bone, but he learned one truth through loss and flame: power don't shout its name. He don't chase crowns in a crowded den. He lets men drown in their own amen. Breathe slow, eyes cold, shoulders square. He shifts the weight of the air. No halo hangs above his head, just scars that prove the blood he bled. The man who masters the rise and fall of the breath in his chest controls it all. Smoke still curls where the candle burn, deals get signed and lessons learned. He stands at justice cuff, no grin, silence behind him.